Hello friends, my name is Deepak and I'm going to be your host for today's tax segment of our show. I'm sure by now you're done with your taxes, but what can still show up on your tax return? To answer this question, we have a special guest with us, Sanjiv Gupta. Sanjiv ji is a famous certified public accountant. His practice is located in Fremont, California, but today he is with us in our studio to answer our questions. Sanjiv ji, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Deepak ji, for providing opportunity to come to this show and discuss about this important topic. As people might have already filed a tax return, or they might be filed an extension. There are things that I think we should talk about in this show about the scenarios where IRS is definitely looking into those aspects. Number one is Form 8938. That form talks about foreign holdings, offshore accounts holding in different countries outside US. So what is that form? That form is very complicated form. It has lot of information inside it. It's complicated because it asks a lot of information about the banks, information about the stocks, about a lot of other things that individual can own outside the US. Filing that form is important. If you mess this form up, definitely there's need to revisit that form and file an amended return. If you already filed a return, if you're not filed a return, if you filed an extension, there's a need to look at that form. That form comes into play if you're not income, the balance in the account in bank accounts or in stocks or things like that, or any investment in companies outside, or if you have holding stocks of foreign companies. If the valuation is more than $100,000, married filing joint, or valuation or the total balance in those accounts is more than $50,000, single, married being single, that form needs to be filed with the return. If you have not filed it, please go ahead, amend the return and file it. If you file for extension, please make sure that you're filing that form. The next form is Form 8949. Now, this time of the year, IRS has asked stockbrokers, various brokers to include the cost basis of various stocks. Filing that form is very important because it gives the IRS the information whether you're reporting from the firm or you're not reporting from the firm, or you're reporting from some other sources. That forms list out the cost basis of the stocks you sold, and brokers are listing the stocks, and one should be careful how to report that basis from that broker statement, 1099B we call it. So 8949 is an important form to be filed. Then they are looking at first time home buyer credit. You must remember that people have taken first time home buyer credit in 2009 when they purchased the home first time. They have got a credit of $7,500. That needs to be paid $750 every year starting from 2010. They should pay it back on that return in 2011. I know a lot of people have not reported it. They are looking into that area. Then there's a rule of the people have converted from traditional 401k into a Roth IRA. As you remember, in 2010 they were allowed without any limit. People have converted into Roth IRA. Now the law says that time that they have to pay taxes over 2-year period, 2011 and 2012. We have to make sure that that installment is due in 2011 taxes. People should have filed that the payment with the 2011 tax return. If they have not done it, there is a violation on that account too. That's the third one. And the last one but not the least is the reporting of the offshore accounts, the interest income on the offshore accounts, whether they have reported on the tax return or not. That's the areas they are looking into it. I would have advised people to file extensions, but I know if people have already filed a return, there is always a need to file the amended return if all this information are not reported, and we will try in that area. If you can call our office, we can help in that area.
Well, thank you, Sanjiv ji. Those were very great and useful, helpful tips. So, dosto, if you have a question about your tax return, you can call his office at 510-825-7563. And like Sanjiv ji mentioned, some of you may need to file an amended tax return to answer some of those questions that might got missed when you actually filed the tax return. So, Sanjiv ji can definitely help you with that. And if you have some income in foreign countries that still needs to be reported, or if there's certain documents that you haven't received, but now you receive them after you file your tax return, Sanjiv ji can definitely help you get those reported as well. So if you want to discuss your personal tax return questions, you can call Sanjiv ji at his office. Once again, that number is 510 825-7563, or you can visit him online at sanjivcpa.com. In addition to that, Sanjiv Ji's firm also specializes in foreign bank account reporting. So if you're trying to move assets from United States to India, or if you're trying to move assets from India to United States, you can definitely give him a call for those kind of questions as well. This simple one step can help you avoid a lot of pain and penalties. Once again, the number for his office is 510-825-7563, and his website address is sanjivcpa.com. So that is all what we have today for tax segment, but we will be back next week with more helpful tax tips. Till then, thank you and goodbye.